Johnny Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, had a small victory this week.
From watching Bong Bong streams the other night. In quote, she said, "My lawyer told me I don't have to go. I don't care. I don't want to waste my time for Johnny Somali."
So guys, by the title, you're probably wondering, when did Korea actually let Johnny Somali go? What's really going on here? Because let's be honest, it's been over a year, there's tons of evidence against him, and yet, Johnny Somali is still walking free. How is that even possible? Why couldn't Korea lock him up despite everything he's done? Well, here's where things start to get really shocking. There's a massive conspiracy behind this, and it's not just about the system, but also about the people who pressed charges against him. You won't believe this, but the victims themselves are now refusing to appear in court. They just don't want to deal with the legal hassle anymore. And when the victims don't show up, guess what happens? The accusations lose power, and the court basically has no choice but to let Johnny Somali go. Yeah, you heard that right. He might actually escape punishment. In today's video, I'm going to break down how Korea is letting Johnny Somali walk free, and I'll show you real evidence that proves it. This one's going to blow your mind, so stay till the end. So, here's why I'm saying Johnny Somali might get away if the South Korean authorities fail to punish him properly. Some leaked chats from Johnny Somali and his allies have surfaced on social media, once again suggesting victim intimidation. For example, one post says, Johnny Somali's upcoming video supposedly, is going to break YouTubers' narrative. Which narrative? That Johnny Somali is not going to stay in South Korea in 2026. From the leaked Discord chat, Johnny Somali's account, Somali Diddy, says, "Who wants a Halloween vlog?" A member of his community replies, "Everyone here wants it." Johnny Somali responds, "Say less. Tonight was crazy. Gonna get it up ASAP." He also adds, "Every day Koreans tell me, let's take a selfie OMG." This video about to break these YouTubers' whole narrative. These messages show how relaxed he is and how he's seemingly planning to avoid consequences. It's unclear who actually wanted a selfie from him, but it highlights his nonchalant attitude. Another concerning point is victim intimidation. In a Discord chat, one of Johnny Somali's allies wrote, "This is really a Bong Bong case. He pleaded guilty to the other BS, and we gotta keep harassing her." This raises questions about whether Johnny Somali tried to prevent Bong Bong from appearing in court. I'm not saying that definitively, but Bong Bong herself commented that she no longer cares about Johnny Somali. This all paints a troubling picture of his behavior and attempts to manipulate or intimidate others.
Johnny Somali trial testimony. I don't know. I'm talking to a lawyer. We'll get an answer. Lawyer said that I don't have to vote. Just in case I will go to airport. I don't know. It's so annoying. I think I don't have to, isn't it? Yeah, I need to pay the fine.
So, Bong also confronted the situation in real life through a live stream before leaving South Korea. According to her, she may now be in Australia. Since she didn't want to go as a testimony witness in court, the court also warned her that she could face a $5,000 fine if she violated the law. It's unclear if she was trying to hide anything or if Johnny Somali had any influence over her decisions. However, her speaking style and intentions seem to give some hints about what might have happened behind the scenes.
If I don't know I have to pay the fine or not, there is a paper, like absence paper. I can send the absence paper, they said. The fine is 5,000 Australian dollar maximum, I think. I don't think I have to pay that much for that. That's too much. Seriously, too much.
So why did she actually want to fly away just when it was time to appear in court? She was the person who pressed charges against Johnny Somali, and at the moment when things were about to reach a final stage, when Johnny Somali could potentially face jail, Bong Bong said she didn't want to attend. Why she made that decision, I don't know. But if any later evidence of victim intimidation comes up, don't be shocked. This could very well be part of Johnny Somali's tactics to escape the consequences. Even Atozi has also talked about this issue before.
But as we found out from watching Bong Bong streams the other night, in quote, she said, "My lawyer told me I don't have to go. I don't care. I don't want to waste my time for Johnny Somali." Okay. But then, obviously someone said, "Hey, you might have to pay a 5 million won fine," which is roughly like, I think it's like $3,500 or something like that. So then she said, "I don't know. Maybe should just go, worst case. Just talk to lawyer. I heard you could submit a reason for your absence. Worst case, we need to get a flight."
This is apparently what she said on stream when she found out it was a bad idea that she traveled to Australia last minute.
So, just imagine, if Bong Bong doesn't show up in court, even at this stage, the court might decide to drop the charges for lack of a witness, or Johnny Somali could end up facing lesser charges or a shorter prison sentence, making his eventual deportation easier. That's why I said there's still a chance Johnny Somali could get away from South Korea. Here are some comments from people online that show public opinion. What Hank probably hasn't realized, he won't have any hope of seeing his money for the years Johnny will be in prison. The second he gets gets released, he will scoot out of Korea. Hank will never see his money again. Johnny's eyes keep talking louder and louder in every photo he's in. He tries to hide it with a scampy little eating smile like he's perfectly fine with everything happening to him, but those eyes are clearly getting tired of letting his mouth do all the communicating. So after a whole year there and multiple trials, he just realized he ain't leaving. The only good thing that can be said about this guy is that he provided y'all a cow to milk. So milk away. I'll be waiting for the day he gets sentenced. As the saying goes, pride goes before destruction. Johnny would already be home if he had just fully confessed and apologized at the first court proceeding. Instead, he made a mockery of the court, insulted the judge, and acted like a conceited fool. These comments show that people really want Johnny Somali to be punished, but they're also frustrated at the way things are unfolding. On top of that, it's now coming up that Johnny Somali has requested in court to speed up his trial, possibly to get out of South Korea sooner. According to legal experts, however, that's not possible at this time.
Yesterday, Johnny Somali requested an expedited trial due to family commitments and stated he's already been in Korea a long time, complaining, moaning. Well, it turns out judge didn't care. The judge made it clear that some foreign defendants remain in Korea for up to 6 years just for their trials, and that's normal. The next trial date is February 11th, 2025, and there's likely going to be a new judge due to the regular yearly rotation of judges. So he's going to be there for a while, and that will not be his last case. That's just the next trial date. So what's the case law undergirding all of this, kind of supporting this? Well, in Korea, speedy trial is not like the United States. It's not a right that every criminal defendant gets.
So now the question remains. Yeah, I know Johnny Somali is stuck in South Korea, but is he actually learning any lessons? Because you might have seen that he's still making money by re-uploading videos on his YouTube channel. And yet, South Korean authorities don't seem to be taking serious action against him. Yes, his trial dates have been delayed, but he's not in jail. He's still free. If Johnny Somali were in jail, like Vitaly Zdorovetsky, then you could say he's receiving proper punishment. But right now, Johnny Somali hasn't faced any real consequences, and there's even a possibility he could escape without facing them. Now you might ask, does re-uploading clips really make a difference? Yes, definitely. Because Johnny Somali's shady behavior and reckless streaming are now surfacing online, which can negatively affect women and others involved.
I got the dick swinging on it. Call the police, nigga. I want to tell police like this.
So, to wrap this all up, what we're seeing with Johnny Somali is more than just a single controversy. It's a pattern of reckless behavior, manipulation, and attempts to evade consequences. From leaked chats suggesting victim intimidation, to re-uploading content for views while ignoring legal and ethical responsibilities, he's continuing to push boundaries without facing real punishment. The South Korean authorities have delayed his trial, and for now he remains free, which leaves a lot of people frustrated and worried about justice being served. The public reaction shows just how serious this situation is. Comments online reflect both outrage and concern. People want accountability, but they're also watching helplessly as new content and evidence continue to surface. From mocking police officers to exploiting others for views, Johnny Somali's actions are not just irresponsible, they're harmful, and they set a dangerous precedent if left unchecked.